Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It combines these sets of numbers along with this single word in the background here. I'm going to start with this single word, which is forever, and it has a little start indicator, which is this like bracket around a dot, which is shown here, and that tells you where you start reading and what direction you start reading in. So this is that start indicator here, and it tells you that this is the first letter of our first word. This script is typically read starting at the bottom and then going counterclockwise, which is, written here. And this means that we have the first few letters here and then the next few letters there of this kind of compound word forever. I didn't strictly need this start here an orientation marker because this design starts at the bottom anyway. So that's a bit about how this is set up in the sentence structure. This is forever, and this is the first set of numbers, then two, then the second set of numbers. So let's go ahead and read this. We have a deep divot here, which is like an omega or a horseshoe, and that means our letter is going to be in this row. This is a more completed circle than the shallow divot stem, which is what these are, including this little one right here. And this means that our letters in those are in this row. So this third row here is the shallow divot row, and our first letter is in the deep divot row. And there are 1, 2, 3 lines ending on it. So these thinner lines end on that stem, and there's 3 of them, so that makes it the letter F, because we have 3 lines combined with a deep divot stem. So even though this line is just one line that ends twice, you count where it ends. So if the same line ends on the same letter multiple times, it counts those times. And the line can also count for multiple different letters. So we count where they end on the letter stem, which is written here. They count where they end on a letter stem. So yeah, that would be an F. And then we have this vowel here. And this is a vowel because it's a small open circle, like these guys. And this vowel is in this position, like this brown one here, like a bead on a string, and that makes it an O. So here we have the F-O. Then we have this shallow divot here with 3 dots. So that makes it an R, and that's the first part of our word. And then our next part starts with this E, which is a little circle right on the line of the word circle, that red one there. And then we have a V, shallow divot with 1 line on it, like that. Here's the next E, which is in this position, like in the mouth of that divot, making it another E, which is the red one, and then another R, done exactly the same as that R. So here we have the word forever. And this is also a little word circle, and it is a shallow divot, like this, with no dots and no lines on it. Just a vowel, just the letter O. So attached again like a bead on a string, just like that O in the F in forever. So that would be the word two. And that word two is between these two numbers. So let's go ahead and read those. So this doesn't have anything about numbers on it, but numbers are fairly simple. Every number has a thick circle centered in the middle, and that tells you where the decimal point is. And this decimal point has concentric rings going around it. And those are the digits. So every digit has its own digit ring. And you figure out the value of the digit by counting the lines and the circles inside the digit ring. So this outer digit ring has nothing in it, so that makes it the number 0. And then in the inner digit ring, we have 1, 2 lines, and a dot. So the dot is worth 5, and each line that passes through is worth 1. So 5, 6, 7. So this is the number 07. And then this number, again, starts with a 0 because no lines pass through it. And then we have a 5, just one circle. So that would be 05. And we have this number, which is the trickiest one to read of all of them because it's got the most stuff happening. But let's start with the outer circle. So we'll start here, and there's nothing there yet. Nothing, because these lines all end before we get to the outermost ring. And there's just this one little line right here. So it's important that that line does pass through it, because that's the 1 in the thousands place. Then in the next one, in the hundreds place, we are gonna, let's start with the dot, because the dot's worth 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that would be the 9. And then it looks like we have a dot in this row as well. So 5, 6, 7. So there's the 7. Then in this row we have the 5, 6, 7. So that would be 1977. And then we have that 2 I talked about earlier. And then we have this one, which has a line passing through the outer ring and the inner ring. So that would be a 1 in the tens column and a 1 in the ones column, so 11. And then we have a 25, a 2, 2 lines there, and then 5, because it's just like that one. So that would be 25. And then our last number starts with a 2, 1, 2 lines. There's nothing in this inner one, so that's a 0. Here's another 2, and then finally 1, 2, 3. So that would be 2023. So yep, that is that design, and that is how to read it. I hope you like the video, and I hope this makes a little bit more sense, and I hope your tattoo turns out wonderfully. Thank you. Bye.